welcome to the ShElite Showcase. I, of course, am your hostess with the mostest, the shaman of ShElite, the real poor not poppy, depending on who you ask, Miss Katie Kinsey Bay Bay.
Bay Bay.
Thank you very much. Joined with me, of course, my lovely co-host. Oh god, the COVID cough is real. let me catch my breath here. The young Bucks Nation sensation, the fire-breathing Rhodes family eating, the spice of life, the sassy senorita that I know, the hangman Adam Page to my Adam Cole. Whew. Doing great. Of course, Miss Y2 Garcia. Savannah, how you doing?
Doing good, Katie. How about yourself? Other than that COVID cough?
Yeah, other than the constant wheezing, post-COVID, I had COVID before Christmas. So, post-COVID, cough and breathing, I'm doing great. Okay, that's a lie. I'm doing okay. I'm not gonna
Could be better is
here.
always the answer. Could be better is always the answer.
Honestly, yeah, I very much could be better. But nobody wants to hear about my problems, so it doesn't really matter. So, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about wrestling.
Yes, we are.
Well, first of all, I feel like it has been so long since we've done a podcast. Or is that, do you think that too, or is it just me?
Maybe it's because I didn't go to class or something, but it does feel like, we have not done this, in forever.
No,
we literally did this. We were literally here 1 week ago to this day doing this.
Yeah.
And it just feels like we took, a long-ass break. It feels like I went, I dipped or something. It feels like one of those times where I was not here and you went solo, and then it's when I'm back, it's my return. It feels like one of those times, but it wasn't. It's very weird.
I don't like the bracelet on that hand. Hold on, switching
bracelet.
Texas
has snow, guys.
Yeah, she's got snow. I didn't go to work today because icy roads. Winter sucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna be in the 10s tomorrow.
I have no idea what the weather's like tomorrow. I haven't looked. I may or may not be going to work, so.
That's the coldest it's ever been, the longest time. If I'm being totally honest. Last year it got fucking cold, but it was lower than 20, I guess, if you will. The 10s. But, that's, the 20s is as low as it went last year. We've never gone into, the 10s. And I think throughout the weekend, by the evening, when it really gets the coldest, I think we're going to reach the single digits. I'm like, holy shit, what's happening?
Oh, that's common. It's common here. I think the low is 7 tomorrow, maybe. Could be lower.
It ain't common here at all.
I ate it, but what am I gonna do?
Of course, we're all excited for snow because we don't get it. We don't get snow, so we're like, oh my god, snow! But then we also don't know how to drive. So for everyone's safety, they cancel class, so there's not a pileup or numerous car accidents. Which I know there were still car accidents. Because, it's El Paso. They don't know how to drive anyway, so add snow.
Was it last year with, the huge pileup on your highway?
It wasn't my highway, but it was Texas highway. It was I-20. There was, at Fort Worth, there was a 103 car pileup last year. Around this time, I think. Very sad, very scary. I'm surprised something like that. Yeah, something like that hasn't happened here yet. I'm actually pretty surprised because El Pasoans don't know how to drive already. So if you add in snow, God help us all. We might as well just stay inside.
Yeah, honestly, that's my biggest fear driving is other people. And if weather conditions are slightly bad, then people really don't know how to drive. Yeah. So then I'm just crazy. Nope. I'm refusing to go on the road.
And then it's if you really have to go somewhere, you kind of have to roll the dice. It's do I risk getting into a car accident or do I walk and risk getting killed by someone who's in a car,
It's I'd rather just stay in my house and do nothing or just
that's exactly what I did. I did some work, but mostly I just stayed at home doing. I slept in first of all, and I mean slept in. I woke up at 8 in the morning, which normally I wake up before 7 so I can leave the house early because my campus is a good 25 minutes away, 30 minutes maybe, and there's always horrible traffic. So
yeah, so you gotta leave early.
Yeah, so I slept in till 8 in the morning today. I was so proud of myself. And I went to bed late, too. I went to bed at 2. So,
oh, no, see, I'm not gonna get into details, but I was just not having a good night last night, so I went to bed at 12:30, which is early for me. But, again,
That is early for you.
I know. We're not here to talk about me.
Yeah.
Or the snow, which Bama has had 2 inches of snow, still snowing, or 2 inches of sleet and snowing there. JJ has about 8 inches of snow. Everyone just be safe. That's all we really care about. If you have to go anywhere, please be careful. Take care of your families. Drive safe.
Leave with time and drive super slow. That's all.
Exactly.
You can do.
That's all you can do. God damn it. Let's talk about news and rumors, right?
Yes.
That's why we're here. So, Sasha Banks returned on Smackdown this past Friday. A lot earlier than the dirt sheets were saying. They were saying she was out, or gonna be out 6 to 8 weeks, be back in, like, March. Clearly, they're all wrong. Clearly, they're all liars. But it makes sense because the following day, so Saturday, we had the Royal Rumble. Now, if you were like me, you were kind of excited for the Rumble because you heard about the whisperings of the Women's Rumble and all of the women coming back. I was calling it the Divas Rumble. A lot of people were. Now, somebody returns. Fucking Ronda Rousey, she returns, and she wins. Why? Why the fuck did Ronda come back, A? B, why did she win? There were countless other women you could have had return in her place, and countless other women who worked their ass off all year to win.
Not even all year, how many years it's been since Ronda's ass left after she lost because she just can't fucking handle losing? Like, good lord. Like, there's so many people who could have won, so many more hardworking women who have been working hard after she fucking dipped because she can't take fucking losses. So, I don't know. Like, someone make it make sense. People are like, well, it's for ratings and shit. I'm like, I don't give a shit about ratings. You can put her in a match at WrestleMania without having her win the fucking Rumble. You can do that, you know?
It's not a hard concept. Like, if you wanted Ronda to go against Charlotte, because that's what they're leaning towards, which, honestly, whatever. I couldn't give 2 flying fucks about that match at this point. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I hate both of them. There could have been any other way. And I get it, ratings, star power, WrestleMania. There are other ways to do it.
Like I just said, you can do it without having them win the Rumble, without taking away this many opportunities. It's still taking away opportunities, but at least it's not like a big-ass opportunity like going to WrestleMania. At least if they can't challenge for one title, the person who wins could challenge for the other title. At least they have a choice. Now, these hardworking women who are so much more deserving have a chance of not even making it on the card now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was no Bayley, there was no Alexa, like, but no, Ronda's the way to go. I was so pissed.
There was no Victoria. I'm still
there was
upset.
There was no Asuka. There was no Oksana. I know she was heavily rumored to show up.
She was backstage and cleared. Paige was supposedly cleared. Caitlyn was backstage and cleared. Two other people, I think, but like that.
Out of all of these talented and amazing women, Ronda fucking no.
I was just when she came out, I was just defeated at that point because I knew she was gonna win.
I thought there was maybe the tiniest beacon of hope at the fact that I thought maybe if she was number 30, it would have been more obvious that she was gonna win. Like, I thought, like, the way Brock Lesnar, the way with that. I know we're gonna get into that right now, but yeah. That, like, I thought, it was 28, so I was thinking maybe, it was just to, like, for the pop, it was just for, like, a surprise, basically, even though it was heavily rumored, it pretty much confirmed at that point.
Yeah.
But, they said
no. We don't like Ronda Rousey in this house.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
No.
Cut it. And her, after winning video promo thing backstage, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. And I don't care that she's back. I couldn't give 2 flying fucks that she's back. Because
I did not watch Raw. I watched the replay just so I could fucking skip ahead of whatever she was.
It was one of those like, video things they put on Twitter, like, the digital media things.
Oh.
It was something like that. I don't remember exactly what she said, but she was just like, the crowd, whatever, I know not to trust them again, da-da-da-da. Something stupid. Which, I'm done. We're just gonna move on, because I could literally rant about this all day.
For sure.
We saw, the return of the almighty WWE Champion, Bobby Lashley, because Roman Reigns interfered, speared the shit out of Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman's hoeing around.
I was gonna say, this slut is bouncing back and forth, like...
I mean, these hoes ain't loyal, but damn, Paul. You turned on Brock multiple times. This is getting outrageous. So Brock loses the title. Before I get to Brock and the Rumble, you know who showed up at the Rumble and showed out? Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I'm like, dang!
Bad Bunny said, the Canadian Destroyer is my move now. No one else can do it. Take it, sir. It is all yours. Because he kills it. Like, he does.
No, he does.
And Bad Bunny was like, what? Final, 6?
I think so. He was, definitely in the 20s.
I think, no, I meant, overall, left in the Rumble. I think he was, one of the final 6 people in, after Brock came out.
Yeah. No, yeah, because he was one of the last ones to come in.
He was, I have a list of who came in.
He was, 28, I think.
Bad Bunny was 27. And then,
let me see.
I mean, there were still a lot of people in the ring when Brock got in. But,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Bad Bunny killed it. And, I mean, we have to talk about the Kofi spot. It's just, it's heartbreaking.
They could have gone away with it.
Yeah, if they didn't show the fucking replay.
You guys, maybe some fan footage would have gone online and, oh shit, he fucked up. But, what more can you do? It would have shown up after the Rumble, all is said and done. But no, they had to psych Kofi out just like that. I'm like, why? Why did you show
all the fans in the front were just like, no, he's done. And then they showed the replay, and I was like, I felt sadness in my heart.
That was disappointing.
I've seen so many people tweeting, they're like, that's when I knew it was going to be a bad Rumble because Kofi botched, which, honestly, props to Kofi for having amazing spots year after year regardless, and this being the first time in how many years he's botched, I'm surprised.
Yeah, and even then, he could have gone away with it. I thought, oh no, I thought I saw his feet touch, but then his feet weren't on the floor. It's oh shit, he got away with it. I was like, oh, he's not eliminated. He's fine. But then they showed the replay. He was quick.
Once he, latched on, his head kind of fell because he knew both his feet touched, and he's like, fuck. So
but the fact that he still did that, no one else would have probably done that shit.
Hell no.
But really quick, before we even move on, I don't know if there's still any Rumble rumors that you were going to talk about.
I mean,
or the men's Rumble.
With the men's Rumble, no. But
okay,
just Brock,
really quick. Oh yeah, the fact that he showed up at number 30. Katie, your rumors are both a blessing and a curse, your predictions, because you predicted, you told me Hangman was going to retain his title by, January. Yeah, but then you told me last week that, you said that, oh, Brock's gonna lose, and then you saw that Brock was gonna lose, and then he's gonna come back at the Rumble and win, and that was right. So it's a blessing and a curse.
Listen,
so I'm I wish it was with Rollins though. I would have much rather have it with Rollins. God damn. But
we'll talk about Seth later. That's I mean, spoiler, that's one of my picks for the men, but
same here.
I knew that as soon as he lost, then he was gonna be in the Rumble and he was gonna win, because TC and Reek are always fucking right.
Can I just say something really quick?
Go for it.
You know what seriously broke my fucking heart in the Rumble? Not even joking. AJ getting eliminated by Madman Moss, right? That's his
Madcap.
name?
Madcap.
Whatever the fuck.
Eliminated AJ Styles.
I was so pissed. I was like, what? First of all, he got eliminated. everyone wanted AJ to win, okay? Okay, there were some people who didn't, but the majority wanted him to win.
AJ was a strong competitor to win, and when he came out number 1, I was like, oh shit, he'll go the minute, like, let's go.
Yeah, I thought.
I was disappointed.
He even did the HBK pose. I'm like, oh my god, foreshadow. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do what HBK did, you know, do it from number 1. But no, he didn't. Madcap freaking Moss eliminated him. Of all people that could have eliminated him. And then, like, now he wasn't even, like, in the final 4 or something. Like, you know, even if, like, if Brock Lesnar, like, threw his ass out or something. At least it's fucking Brock Lesnar, you know? No, AJ just, like, and it was, like, so random, you know? It was, like, one of those eliminations where no one gives a shit about. Mm-hmm. You know, it was, like, one of those. I was like, wow, I was so upset. But, I'm not even, you know, not even but... I said this last week. The only reason why I would be just a little bit okay of AJ losing, not like this though, is if he goes up, if we get Styles versus Edge at Mania. That's the only way they can make it up to me at this point. I mean, if we get Styles versus Edge.
Well, I'll get to where AJ's currently at in a second. So Brock comes in at 30. He wins. And we knew after he got screwed, now I'll talk about it, but everyone was just like, okay, he's gonna go after Roman. Again, Brock didn't need to win the Rumble to go after Roman. Neither here nor there. It's gonna be the same conversation we just had with Ronda. I'm not even getting into it again. It's the same exact fucking thing.
They had the UFC part-timers who don't give a shit about the company win the matches.
I'm giving Brock credit for actually being around the past 6 months.
I was gonna say, I was talking to my dad about that, and I said that. I was like, at least Brock has been actually showing up.
Brock has been showing up almost every week.
You know, and the fact, you know, not every, like, he doesn't have to show up every week. Not everyone's there every single time. I get that. But the fact is that he's been here consistently.
Since his last run in WWE, this has been he was barely here last time. Since he started this run, he has been here almost consistently. And that's saying something for Brock, because Brock usually doesn't show up places. And, like, his track record shows, like, he didn't really fucking care. This Ponytail Brock is a different being. I have been saying it. It's still my favorite iteration of Brock. Am I mad he won the Rumble? Fuck yes. Do I still like Brock? Kind of. I still like this version of Brock. Because he doesn't care. He's actually showing up. He's putting on good matches with people. Like him and Bobby.
That was a good match.
It was fantastic.
It was. But then Roman ruined it. And Paul Heyman.
And then Roman and Paul had to be fucking shady. But.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit of Rumble talk left, and then I'll get on everything else. So after Ronda pointed at the sign, this was a bad omen. The sign was on fire. Did you hear about this?
That doesn't tell you that, if that doesn't tell you that Ronda's just a fucking curse and needs to get the fuck out, I don't know what will.
So for those who don't know, you know, when someone wins the Royal Rumble, they get up on the turnbuckle, they point at the WrestleMania sign, right? Ronda points at the WrestleMania sign, and then it catches on fire. There was a section underneath the sign that was moved because the things were falling on them.
I was gonna say, there was literally dripping sparks onto the poor people.
So, they, props to the team. They got it down, got it fixed during the Becky Doudrop match, which is why Becky was, like, saying that she's so hot, she got the sign on fire, kind of stuff like that. And why a lot of the fans weren't paying attention in the front row, because they were watching the sign be on fire. So,
I'm just saying, it is a distraction.
I give the women props, though, for still putting on a good match.
It still is a good match, but I'm just saying, like, if...
It's terrible.
Like, the fact is that we knew Becky was going to retain, so it's like, might as well look at something you haven't seen. A sign on fire.
Well, I mean, it kind of just catches people off guard. They're just like, why is that on fire?
Or like, well, what's going on over there, you know?
It's like the same thing with, like, when people would do beach balls and stuff like that. Your attention gets drawn to that and not the match.
Beach ball mania.
So many things. But no, they got it down. They got it changed.
Yeah.
They got it back up within that match. So, I mean, kudos to them for fixing it, doing it.
And doing it fast. Fast and that was efficient.
Fucking fast and furious over here.
Yeah.
We found out on Monday, the Elimination Chamber, which is taking place in, 2 weeks now. It's the one in Saudi Arabia. It's going to be for the WWE Championship, which is some shit. So the almighty WWE Champion Bobby Lashley, which I did miss saying that, by the way. It was one of my favorite things to say. Obviously he's in the chamber because it's his fucking belt. Brock Lesnar's in it, cause reasons. Seth Rollins is in it because reasons. But then
at least, okay, well, here's the thing with Seth. It makes more sense for him to be in this match for the WWE Championship, the Raw title, than for him to be in a Universal Championship match, which is for the Smackdown title, when he is currently drafted to Raw.
I agree.
So this makes more sense for him.
I agree. I'm just saying everyone else had qualifier matches. The other two,
that's true. Rollins they felt bad for him. They were like, man, poor guy.
Austin Theory defeated Kevin Owens, so he was in the chamber. AJ Styles defeated Rey Mysterio in one hell of a match.
That was...
And then the man who was reportedly supposed to win the Rumble over Brock Lesnar before they threw an audible at the last second and made... Did you not know that?
Yeah. I did know.
Oh, okay. Your eyes got big and I was like, oh, did you not know?
No, I'm waiting for you to say it.
Riddle defeated Otis in a spur-of-the-moment qualifier match, because they were having a match regardless, and then Adam Pearce came out and said, listen, guys, qualifier match, surprise, and Riddle is now in the chamber. I know a lot of people who are not happy with that, Matt. I don't know, I have a sick feeling in my stomach that they're gonna take the belt off Bobby, give it to Brock, and then we're gonna get a unification title match at Mania, and I don't want that. I got into an argument with somebody on Twitter about this, and I'm gonna... I tweeted, so we're really gonna have title versus title at Mania, huh? Expressing my annoyance, as I'm allowed because it's the internet. I'm allowed freedom of speech, Somebody, I don't know who, I actually don't remember who it was, commented and was saying, oh, well, you don't like logical decisions, da-da-da-da. I went back and forth, civil as I fucking could be. I'm just gonna read the whole conversation. Let me just grab it real quick.
Really quick while you're pulling those up. The fact is that, okay, if you want to unify the titles, okay, you do you, whatever. But here's the thing. It seems like they're trying to do the same thing with the women's one. I feel like it just makes it less valuable, less excited if you're doing it for both. And then again, back to taking away opportunities. You could have there's so many other wrestlers out there who could be holding a title instead of just doing this unification shit. We could be having 4 different title matches instead of 2. We could have one for the SmackDown Women's Championship, one for the Raw Women's Championship, one for the WWE title, and one for the Universal title. You could have 4 matches that can all be killer because, they're for a title. You can build something big. It's WrestleMania. Or you could do the unification shit, which is it completely necessary? Maybe. But, again, it just takes away from the fact that you could have 2 other matches.
This is let me just read this real quick. I'm not gonna say the name because it doesn't fucking matter. It's on my Twitter still if you really am curious. I tweeted it's really gonna be title versus title at Mania, huh? I hate it here. I even put an LOL. This person, because they're potentially ending the brand split by unifying their identical titles. A smart move ever since they cut a ton of talent. A move that should have happened years ago because it gives 5 hours a week to develop a small roster. Why do we hate intelligent decisions? That was all their response. I never said it wasn't intelligent, just not a fan of it. I forgot I wasn't allowed to be annoyed by something in wrestling. They said, I'm just wondering why fans they forgot a word. I'm just wondering why fans can't behind anything anymore. It doesn't matter what WWE does. People detest it because it's associated with WWE. I said I would detest it no matter the company, honestly. I just see having 2 titles more opportunities for people to be in the title scene. And weaker titles, I'm perfectly fine with 2 mid-card titles. That makes sense. One for each show that essentially labels your soon-to-be world title contenders. But 2 top-tier titles cheapens your entire roster because you never have one top guy. You have your opinion, I have mine. Agree to disagree. That's what I said. I left it at that. They said, actually, it's science and logic. Diluting a concept, being a world champion, by adding a second world championship title weakens the concept. You can have your opinion, but also have to acknowledge logic. I ignored it. I was gonna go off. I chose to fucking ignore it after that point. I should have just ignored it from the jump. Don't be this person. People are allowed to be frustrated, you know? I tweeted my disdain for Ronda Rousey, my disdain for this unification title match at Mania, which is probably gonna fucking happen. Let them. Why does it... Stop trying to dictate what people can and cannot enjoy. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, Savannah, you have to like Jay White. You're not allowed to tweet how you hate him. You are not allowed to hate anything about him, his character, his in-ring work, anything like that. No, because it's logic. You know what I'm talking about? You're not allowed to hate it. You can't detest it. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I know, obviously it's just an example. We obviously don't fucking mean that. But regardless, though, I just kind of keep things like, if you're on my close story, then now that's when I'll talk shit, because, you know, the people on my close story, the people I trust the most, and people won't give me shit. But I've just learned, you know what, just anything I say, I could say the dude's got good on the mic, but I just fucking hate the way he does matches, and people will still completely, like, shit on me for it, and, like, send, like ugly shit, and I'm like, dude, like, I just don't like the guy, okay? Like, who fucking cares? Like, you don't see me telling someone that they should go fucking die in a hole because they don't like Kenny Omega, okay? Like, if you don't like him, that's fine. Where I draw the line is where you say shit like that, you know? But I digress.
Yeah, I digress.
The Jay White fans are fucking crazy. The Jay White fans are fucking fake. And the Jay White fans are fucking delusional. But you know what? That's just my opinion. And if you take it how you will. But, you know, you don't need to get on me just because I don't like him, okay? But I will get on you and tell you you're fucking delusional if you want to come at me, okay? Fair game at that point.
Matt said, I don't know why people can't let people be bothered by things. I don't know. And I definitely should have tagged you, Matt.
I mean, who said it's too late?
It's been like 4 days. I'm literally over it. It's people like that just piss me off. Like, Twitter.
I know, I do.
I feel like I literally have to talk about Twitter every week we do this show. If it wasn't for the show and the friends I have made, I would not be using Twitter because it is just disgusting.
Yeah, Twitter is the toxic scum of the internet. No offense to anyone who's active blood Twitter, but like
it's a.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean though. Like, if you really don't want to start shit, or if you are honestly like easily like, if you really don't want to get your feelings hurt, then don't say shit on Twitter. You can't, like, not even like just civilly expressing your opinion. You could just say, I don't like blank, and you will get so much shit for it. You don't even have to say why. You don't even have to say anything. You could just say 3 words, I don't like, or that's 4 words, I don't like blank, and then you will get so much shit for it.
No,
it's so toxic there.
We just need to move on. We've already been talking about this a while. We are getting Becky versus Lita, though, and I'm so excited. When I say I almost started crying because Lita came out on Raw, I was not expecting it. I was so happy. I don't know where it's gonna go. All I know is that I'm excited. Becky is excited because, like, that's her idol.
Yeah, she posted a picture on her story of just, like, from, I believe it was one of the Hall of Fame nights. I think it was Hall of Fame of WrestleMania 32. I believe. I recognize the white jumpsuit. She was still a baby face at the time. She had not turned heel yet.
I fucking love Lita. Let's get into some release type situations that happened. Brian Kendrick was released from WWE. Same day was announced for a match on Dynamite. Same day. I wish I was exaggerating. And then so that was on Tuesday. Come Wednesday, Tony Khan, who is also the terrible person, tweets that due to prior things Brian Kendrick has said, he has been taken off of the match against Jon Moxley. Basically, if you literally just type in Brian Kendrick's name on Twitter, you will see all of the things he has said. Mans was basically saying that I want to, like, pull it up. Hold on. I'm just going to pull it up to, like, 100% check myself, because I don't want to say it wrong.
Yeah, while you're doing that, can I just say, Katie, really quick, just to vent just a tiny bit. I know we've been doing that, like, most of the show already.
We always do.
Here's the thing, though. Like, the same person, I think you already know damn well who it is, but the same person who has indirectly given me shit on Instagram for still supporting Sammy Guevara and still being a fan of Darby Allin, same person is apparently a diehard fan.
I'm assuming is defending Brian Kendrick.
Not defend. I'll say defending because they're so quick to say Sammy deserves to be fired, Darby deserves to be fired. We don't support abusers. We don't do this. They don't do that. And then they shit on people who do, and then they obviously make about me. You know who I'm talking about. And then at the same time, they see Brian Kendrick trending, and then they say, "Oh, that stings. Sad face." You know, but I guess good for Tony for doing that. I'm like, you give so much shit to other people.
Listen, the amount of people who are still employed by both companies who have done terrible shit, astronomical. Neither here nor there.
I'm not saying what they did is good, but I'm just saying you cannot.
This is the comments from Brian Kendrick. This was like 2013. He was doing an interview. Like, people like dug this shit up.
They dig everything. That's the thing.
Well, that's
you gotta
true.
Be careful.
So he's apparently really big into conspiracy theories. This is the direct quote. Again, a direct quote.
This is not
me saying this.
This is Brian Kendrick quoting. Okay, this is just a quote.
And I quote. I don't even want to read this. The Holocaust is overblown, and the Red Cross stated it was only 250,000 Jews who were killed, and the number was blown up to justify the creation of Israel. The gas chambers were for delousing, I don't even know that word, and some evidence suggests that the Allies mocked up death camps to expand the lie. The Russians killed 10 million Catholics during the same period, and they did not receive a country for their loss. End quote. Again, I am not saying that.
That was Brian.
Because I'm not a fucking moron.
I'm not saying he's right. Okay?
I am disgusted having to read that.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying he's right in any way, shape, or form.
But you better watch your next words carefully.
Look, I know, but I'm just saying, hypothetically, let's say it was only 200,000 people. That's still many lives, innocent lives lost. There should be no number of lives lost for it to be a big deal, you know? Does that make sense? Like, who cares? Like, why does, like, just because it's only a few 100,000 according to what he believes, that still makes it less of a big deal? Like, does that mean those lives don't matter?
All I'm gonna say is this. Brian Kendrick, to take those opinions, your theories, whatever, what you believe, turn it sideways and shove it up your ass because you're a fucking lunatic. I don't care. I refuse. No. Nah. No number, no nothing.
Yeah. So, like,
what was the reason to even talk about that in your interview?
Again, make it make sense. Like, I
literally feel like I need to go shower after reading that because I hated reading
go brush your teeth, like eat some soap or something.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take a shower real quick. Hold on.
But again, the same people or the same person, more specifically, who has indirectly talked shit about me on Instagram publicly, not even on their close friends, publicly for anyone who can access her Instagram to see. Same person has the audacity to get mad at me for supporting Sammy Guevara, being a fan of Darby Allin, does like a little slap on the wrist kind of insult against Brian Kendrick, saying, "Oh, that sucks," but then like basically undermining or how serious this actually is. But then you have the audacity to talk shit about me for who I support. Like, get the fuck out. That's all I gotta say.
I'm just over it.
Well, like.
Anyways.
I'm like...
Shane McMahon was also quietly, quote-unquote, released. But, like, I'm pretty sure Shane hasn't been with the company in a year or so it doesn't really matter. But the fact that they're refusing to release Mustafa Ali still pisses me off. Neither here nor there.
This is the thing, like, where I'm very, like, not conflicted, but also just confused. Because, like, people are saying that, like, you know, oh, backstage sources are saying he was booking the Rumble around himself. He was being, like, a self-centered asshole. Like, that's what, like, some people are saying that. But then some people are saying, like, oh, poor Shane O'Mac is getting, like, that means no one's safe and shit. So I'm like, I don't know where, like, I'm kind of on the fence with this one. So I'm like...
No. Listen. Shane hasn't been doing anything with the WWE recently. He was selling weed at one point. I don't even know when. I feel like I talked about this. I don't remember when. Earlier last year, 2021, he was kind of just done with WWE in the first place. This is the first time we've heard Shane or seen Shane in so long.
The thing is that you don't know what to believe.
Honestly, I believe 100% that he produced that men's rumble because that men's rumble was trash.
On the fact that, because, like, people are saying that he booked it around himself. He probably, like, basically, like...
I wouldn't even be surprised. This is the problem. I wouldn't be surprised by that.
Yeah, and, like, he, you know, that's why he was one of the last ones to come out, and
Shane
that, like...
was number 28.
Yeah, so, and that, like, he wanted more centered around him, apparently. And that, like, even again, there's, like, an Instagram page that, it's actually pretty, like, what's the word? Like, they're pretty accurate, you know, in what they talk about. Like, their statements are pretty accurate. They were saying that, like, there was a lot of people who don't normally complain backstage who were complaining because of Shane over that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So, like, we're like, wow.
Alright, anything else, news and rumors? That's mainly all I had.
No, I'm like, of course news and rumors always takes long, but whatever.
It always does.
Well, like, I was just gonna say, nothing really happened on BTE. I can't, like, again, just travel vlog. That's all I'll say.
Easy enough.
So we could, yeah, there we go. I'm like...
Easy enough, and there was nothing,
Well, actually, hold up. Actually, okay, sorry. I lied. There was, like, just one little thing, but, I know you like to do the, on this day in women's wrestling history first, so I don't think we should just wait for that really quick, or if I should just...
I mean, you can just do BT. It's fine.
Okay, just really quick, because again, it was really quick, but again, it is a reoccurring pattern. Adam Cole, Silver, and Reynolds. You know, Adam just had his match. He was in a neck brace because of his match with Orange Cassidy. And they visited him, and he was actually pretty okay with it. And they offered him a fortune cookie and stuff. And basically, he was like, I forgot what exactly the fortune was, but basically he kind of spoke saying, oh, maybe this year, you know, we'll be like, we could possibly become friends. And he kind of stopped himself. He's like, or I mean, we could tolerate each other and stuff. So I'm like, I think Adam's starting to slightly crack a little when it comes to, like, Silver and Reynolds. Like, he's gonna cave soon, maybe actually become friends with them. Who knows?
Who knows? I guess we'll have to see.
That was literally it, though. Again, other than that, was it just travel vlogs or Baby Nemeth just being Baby Nemeth in Hollywood and shit. Like, really nothing.
Oh, Baby Ziggler, throwback.
Yeah.
And the only thing that really happened on, I think, a Dark or Elevation, I don't remember, Toa Leona, I believe is how you pronounce his name, one of the wrestlers I got to see in Vegas, at versus Pro Studios. Fantastic. He squashed QT, and he threw around QT. I don't even know if he won. I only saw a little bit of the match, but he's fantastic. So now we got that out of the way. Today in women's wrestling history, Raw 2014. Emma defeated Summer Rae in a dance-off. That tells you what era this was. And then Naomi defeated Oksana. Now, Emma, obviously, Tenille Dashwood on Impact. Summer Rae came back at the Rumble.
She was very happy. I know she was talking about on social media how, like, it was a good dream come true for her.
I just can't believe she talked all that shit and, like, got eliminated by Charlotte and Natty. That's neither here nor there. Naomi, of course, a fantastic human being. Love Naomi. Everything she's doing. She's gonna whoop Sonia's ass tomorrow. I can't wait.
Oh, but Katie, I called it, though. I called it last week. I said that she's like the Kofi Kingston of the women. She's gonna, like, avoid elimination, and Sonia's gonna be the reason why she...
You did, see? We both call things. We both know.
There we go.
And then, of course, we talked about Oksana, how she was backstage and wasn't used, but Ronda wasn't whether.
She should have been. She should have. Oh, can I just say, this is something, again, it's because we vented so much about this, about Ronda Rousey, like, that I forgot to mention. I honestly think they did the women, the legends, I think they did them kind of dirty with the Rumble. Like, first of all, Melina being eliminated in like
30 seconds.
Less than a minute. You know, Molly Holly didn't even have a chance. You know, I think the legends, if you will, that stayed like the longest were probably like Michelle McCool, Lita, and Mickie James, and that's about it. Mickey's being the shortest, I believe. Michelle, and then I think obviously Lita kind of stayed the longest, but she was one of the last ones.
Yeah,
but they did the legends dirty.
I mean, Nikki and Brie lasted, but Nikki, Brie, Lita, Michelle McCool, Mickie definitely were the ones that lasted the longest for sure.
Honestly, like Ivory, obviously she just showed up, got thrown out of the ring. Cameron got thrown out really quick. So did Summer Rae. I'm like, you know, not only did you thought you know, maybe spoiling the freaking surprises where, you know, wasn't enough. You have to like treat them like shit and have them get eliminated in like 30 seconds. Like, you don't think they could be in a Royal Rumble? Like, come on now.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people talking about that too. I think the women's legends definitely deserved better treatment, but
they did, absolutely.
All right, wrestlers of the week. Who started last week?
I believe I went first last week.
Alright, so I'm going to go tag teams, because we always just start tag teams. I'm going to go Kings of the Black Throne, a.k.a. the House of Black, a.k.a. Malachi Black, and Brody King. They're so good. I love that stable, because I know they're going to add more. Everything Malachi's doing is fantastic. Adding Brody to the mix was just perfect. Obviously, they're friends, and they're a fucking PWG tag champs. But, like, the match with Death Triangle, Penta and Pac and C, but now Penta's blinded. It's perfect. I love everything they're doing. So that is my tag team of the week.
Yeah, I also went with Kings of the Black Throne, but I also wanted to do Pac and Penta because they did absolutely awesome. And for just a little bit of the match, well, at least what we thought, Pac was wrestling blind. It was pretty cool the way he fooled Malachi, and then miraculously he's able to see again. It just kind of makes me wonder what's gonna happen, like with Julia now with Penta, because you know I know Julia's acting different, but like and Pac kind of started acting different too. But then all of a sudden he was cured, so I'm like, so I guess it just kind of begs the question, like, does like it have different effects on people?
It might have different effects on people depending on how strong-willed they are. I mean, Pac is a bastard. He's tough. He's strong. Penta, same thing. Julia is this tiny little blonde cheerleader.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about it like that, but that's a really good.
I just thought of it on the spot, honestly. So
it's a really good thought. But
thank you.
Both tag teams absolutely killed it, and honestly, I know Pac's like, you know, part of the Death Triangle, but you know, technically the tag team of that stable or that trio is the Lucha Bros. So I'm just saying, Pac should, if not, I would honestly be okay, not like anytime soon, but I would honestly be okay if Pac takes the title from Hangman. I mean, it would kind of make sense. They do have a history, and also, or if he takes the TNT title off Sammy, that would also be really good. But this guy needs a freaking title around his waist, and it needs to happen like now, because he is fucking talented, and I want to see more. I want more from Pac. So, but yeah, Penta and Pac, as well as Kings of the Black Throne. Really good tag match.
Is it Kings of the Black Throne or Knights of the Black Throne?
Or I bet it was Kings.
Fuck,
I could be wrong.
I don't know. If Matt's here, please tell me, because I don't want to fuck it up. I don't know why I keep thinking Kings, but it might be Knights. I don't know. I really don't remember.
I know.
Women's. My main girl, Lita. Obviously. I love everything Lita. We talked about her with facing off with Becky at Chamber. Her in the Rumble. The gear throwbacks. There's inspiration from when she main evented Raw with Trish. Everything about Lita is iconic, and I love her. Also, Sonia and Naomi, still fantastic story. I'm so mad I missed Sonia and Naomi's match on Smackdown. Still kind of pissed. I still haven't seen it because I haven't had time. Which is kind of a lie. I had time. I just haven't been in a good mood. So I didn't watch it yet. But I need to. But that's also going to continue. I'm saying it needs to end in a fucking cage. Like, that's the only way this is going to die.
You, Mania, make it happen.
Put it in a cage, for the love of God. I would love to see it. And then to some of the women returning. Again, I have my list. Melina, hands down. I love Melina. She got treated so dirty.
Absolutely.
Michelle McCool should have kicked Charlotte in the face. She didn't, but Michelle McCool kills it every single time. Mickie James.
Coming out to Hardcore
Country with the Impact Knockouts Championship. Everything Mickie did, she eliminated Michelle McCool, which takes it back to their feud from back in the day, like 2009-ish kind of thing. The Bella Twins looked fantastic, like, looks-wise.
Nikki absolutely looked... I'm just gonna say, Nikki absolutely, like, she needs to keep the short hair. Like, yeah. I loved her with the long hair, but she looks fantastic with the short hair.
Oh, for sure. Molly Holly was cool to see, and, like, I liked that Nikki ASH
turf war.
Was the person who, like, attacked her before she got in the ring. It made sense, because Mighty Molly is a superhero. Nikki is a villain.
She's almost a superhero.
No, she's full-blown heel. She's a full-blown villain. Oh, got my hand. So I loved all of that. I, again, wish the women legends had a little more time and everything, but I'm happy we just got to see them. Still pissed I didn't get to see Victoria, though. Neither here nor there. But those are my choices.
Okay, for my women's, I actually have multiple picks also. They were, again, like, the legends, they were all, I'll give them flowers because, you know, it was good to see them back, but one, they were announced prematurely before the match, which was so fucking stupid, and then they also got treated dirty, and there's no fucking way you couldn't pay me $1 million for my pick to be Ronda Rousey, okay? It's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna give my pick to the two other women who absolutely killed it at the pay-per-view, and that's Maryse and Beth Phoenix. I love Beth Phoenix. I love me the Glamazon. You know, I know, like I said it before, I know she came later after Trish and Lita, I know that. But, like, when I was in, like, this Facebook group chat, they would always argue over Trish and Lita, and they would ask me, Trish or Lita? I'd be like, Beth Phoenix, leave me out of it. But, that's a joke, but it honestly kind of true, though. I fucking love Beth Phoenix. She's awesome. Maryse also, you know, it was good to see her back in the ring for the first time. I believe her last match was another mixed tag match, but except it was against Brian and Brie.
Yeah.
So, but it was cool to see her back. They both look absolutely phenomenal. And again, I really wish, you know, maybe this wouldn't have been at the Rumble, only because I would have loved to see Maryse in the Royal Rumble. She needs to be in at least one Royal Rumble.
She'll probably be in it next year.
Like, pretty please. And those are my picks.
Yeah, I mean, Beth and Maryse killed it, absolutely.
Yeah, and Beth also just looked fucking phenomenal. Like, her gear, her hair, she beat the shit out of the Miz at one point.
As she should.
Love to see it. It was really cool.
I mean, that just proves that Miz can't fight, so everyone's gonna go after Maryse.
You know, okay, I'm not gonna argue with you on this because I like the Miz.
I mean, you can argue, but, like, got his ass beat by Beth. Man doesn't have hands. Ergo, we're all coming after Maryse.
I'm not gonna say anything.
My manses. Ray and AJ, first and foremost. Not only for the Rumble, like we talked about with AJ coming in number 1.
Should have won.
It should have at least lasted longer, but fucking Madcap Moss, whatever. But the banger of a match they had. What am I even trying to say? Their match on Raw was a banger. Case, point, period. The Ray sliding out of the ring and then, like, tucking and rolling. Fantastic. Incredible. He still got it. Also, shout out to Rey Mysterio. He gave Bad Bunny his mask. backstage after the fact.
After the room. Yeah, that was awesome.
That's incredible. So, I love everything with that. Their interactions, their match was great. I know I'm pretty sure we've seen it before, but, like, I loved this match. And
it was so fucking good.
Fucking Seth Rollins. This man came out beginning of the Rumble to the Shield music. Roman's face said it all. I was like, no shot he came out. Came out to the music, the tactical gear. Mans didn't put a blonde streak in his hair. That's where he dropped the ball. He should have put the blonde streak in his hair. He did the ninja roll. There were so many callbacks to past matches. The post beatdown by Roman, which was reminiscent to when Seth did it to Roman, how Seth fell into the ropes. It was the Shield powerbomb to Roman through the table. Everything was amazing. I know a lot of people are bitching about, the DQ finish. It makes sense because Seth got in Roman's head. Nobody has been able to do that. This is Joker and Batman. Hands down.
The only reason why I was upset about the DQ finish is only because I knew something was going to happen. Like, some shit was going to go down, and sure enough, it was the whole shit with Brock, and now we're not even getting Rollins versus Reigns at Mania for the title, which is probably where it should have continued.
But I mean, it's possible we still could.
Maybe, but it just doesn't seem like it. I really don't think they're going to go that way.
I don't know. There's a lot of ways they could go with matches at Mania. I don't even want to speculate anything until after the Chamber.
Yeah.
But I'm mainly going with those three. There's a lot more I could have picked, but I stuck with just those three.
Yeah, I have a lot of picks too. But whatever. It's Royal Rumble week, so. Okay, so first, obviously, I'll just do the ones that are the same as yours. AJ. Fucking course, he's one of my 6 guys, one of my 6 mains. They did him absolutely fucking dirty in the Rumble. First of all, but he showed up. He was number 1. He did the Shawn Michaels pose, which gave me some hope. Maybe that's kind of where I freaking fucked up, thinking that there was hope. But then he got eliminated, like, out of nowhere. Again, it was one of those eliminations where it was like, the fuck? Like, in the middle of the match where nobody cares, like, where it's not a crucial moment, which is very upsetting. But then he had that match on Raw, which is fucking, dare I say, phenomenal. And he's going to the Chamber, and again, I really think Brock's going to win because they seem to be doing this whole thing with Roman Reigns. So I'm not going to keep my hopes up there. But I'm hoping to see Edge versus AJ at Mania. Fingers crossed. So, and then of course Seth Rollins, like how you said, he came out to the Shield theme. I was laughing so much because of how freaking hilarious I thought it was. And it was also just out of excitement. It was so funny to me. I don't know why, I just kept laughing. I'm like, he is not fucking doing this. Again, I just mentioned, I'm a little disappointed that it did end in a DQ finish, only because not only did I really want Seth to win, because I thought he could be, like, who better to beat Roman than, like, former Shield brother in the Shield gear, showing up in the Shield music, clearly showing that he got into Roman's head. And if that was the case, I really wanted him to beat him with the Skywalker/Seth Walker, because that used to be his move. That would have been, like, the ultimate, like, callback to the Shield days. But alas, it didn't happen. Maybe at some point it will. Highly doubt it. But then I'm also going to give a pick to Edge and The Miz. I know we're talking about how Miz got his ass kicked, but the fact is that The Miz is willing to do that shit. Like, I'll get my ass kicked by fucking Beth Phoenix to, like, put her over and shit. Like, not many wrestlers are willing to do that. Some wrestlers feel like they're too good to be put in positions like that. And I feel like The Miz is one of those wrestlers where he doesn't care. Like, you know what? He likes what he's doing. He loves his job. And if he has to be, the one who has to get his ass kicked by fucking Beth Phoenix, then he'll do it. And he won't be bitching about it and complaining about it and asking for his release or talking about how poorly he's being treated. He loves his job, and you've got to give respect to that. And then, of course, Edge is fucking Edge. He did absolutely awesome. And then I loved his matching gear with Beth. So...
yeah, the gear was beautiful.
Yeah, so Edge, and this is not a pick because I feel like I might get some shit for it, but I do just want to throw, like, a couple flowers to Johnny Knoxville, only because, again, Johnny Knoxville is part of my childhood, okay? And seeing him in the Rumble honestly made me so happy. Of course, he looked like a fucking goofball with the stupid like spandex and the shorts and the cape. He took a freaking frog splash by Montez Ford like a champ. He got eliminated too early for my liking, especially the way he's been hyping up.
He took a lot of beating in that match.
First of all, AJ told him to punch him, and he did, and AJ just freaking knocked his ass out. So, and he took it. This is why I think Johnny, for example, you can't do that shit. Like, I'm not saying Bad Bunny's like, oh, worse, but I'm just saying, I feel like Bad Bunny is someone you have to be more careful with, careful, he's a guest, technically he's not a wrestler.
Going on tour.
Yeah, so be careful with him, watch what you do, make sure you know your moveset's right. With Johnny Knoxville, he encourages you to fuck up and actually fucking hurt him. That's the difference. And I fucking love that. So that being said, I think it was funny. And it doesn't seem like this whole feud between him and Sammy is over. I don't think it was just a one and done thing, because Sammy actually showed up to the Jackass 4 premiere and he got fucking kicked out. Yes, so I feel like they're gonna, this is still gonna happen. There's something more is gonna happen.
Oh, 100%.
I don't think this is not the last we've seen of Johnny Knoxville in the WWE.
No chance.
At least in this era, at least. But I'm excited for it. So a couple flowers for him. I thought it was funny, and he showed up with the Jackass crew, so I thought it was cool.
I just wish there was so many people who could have been featured in the Rumble who weren't. I don't know. I have a weird taste in my mouth about the Rumble.
I wish for the men's one, I'm not saying some of these men weren't deserving, but I just feel like there was a lot of tag teams. Like, maybe one member of a tag team, okay. But no, like, a lot of tag teams were in this Rumble.
There was no Cesaro. There was no Shelton Benjamin.
There was no Finn Balor.
I think Finn was in the UK.
Oh.
Or he currently is.
Oh,
but
well,
that explains as to
no-show.
why he was not. I think
Finn's a fucking no-show.
I think it was like something with family. I very well could be wrong, but like I'm assuming that's why, because
okay. Alright, they get a pass on Finn if that's the case.
But there was like a laundry list of people who weren't in it. I just can't think of them off the top. Like Cesaro was one of the first ones off the top of my head. I don't know. I mean, oh yeah, Drew came back. I forgot about saying that. Drew McIntyre did return a lot earlier than we were expecting as well.
He was my last beacon of hope after AJ got eliminated. He was in the final two, actually. I was like, oh yeah, shit.
He was. Like, we got a rematch stare down kind of thing from when Drew won, so we knew Brock was gonna win.
Except the thing is, also, I guess the reason why I got hope there too is because, well, first of all, Drew has beaten Brock, so it's not like it would be anything new.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I know people kind of are saying, oh, Drew's gonna win because he's finally gonna get his moment in front of a crowd, which, I mean, I wouldn't be upset at. I think he deserves his moment in front of a crowd too.
Mm-hmm.
But I know also it would make more, at least, I know sometimes WWE does this where they have something happen and then they don't know what to do with it from there. But at least if Drew did win and they didn't know what to do, he has history with Bobby Lashley, he has history with Brock Lesnar, and he has history with Roman Reigns. They could have worked with he could have gone any which way and it could have worked based on the history. But alas, he did not win. He was my last bit of hope.
Well, he's like one of the only people on Smackdown who can challenge Roman, so.
I mean, probably the only one. If by some miracle Brock does not win the Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah. Alright.
I see AJ in the... oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I was just gonna say, I'm excited to see AJ in the Chamber again, though. He always fucking...
Yeah, I mean, it's a good lineup for the Chamber. I'm a little weirded out about Riddle and Theory being in it, but somebody's gotta take some beatings, so. The question of the week... Mainly, I just want to know, what do you want to see from us this year? Because, I know it's February, obviously, because, Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna wear one of these every week in February. I have three. I have three. I need another one, but... I'm
not sighing at the Black Lives Matter thing. I'm sighing at trying to think, just so no one takes this shit out of context.
Let's think about it for a second. And this is... to anyone, I want people to answer it, what do you want to see from the ShElite showcase, the entire show, this year? Is there something you personally want to do that you haven't done yet? Is there a show you want to be on? Is there someone you want to collab with? Is there, like, we gotta...
Well, collabs I'm always open to, because all the ones I've done have been super fun. I love Check Your Temperature with Bama, where we did for Full Gear, because, you know, of course, I was all hyped up for Hangman and Kenny and stuff, so that was so much fun.
Which I need to talk to you about after this, remind me.
Okay. I'm always open to collabs. Like I said, all the collabs I've done were awesome, like when I was on the Havoc Hour, you know, with you guys, Reed TC, I think Getcho Justin was there. I believe so.
I think so.
I've done Smacking It Raw once. It would be cool to do something with you guys again. I know it's just a little, well, maybe like on Fridays where I'm not in class, I could stay up on Thursday night after I finish my papers. And, or after we do this, if anything, whatever, regardless. But yeah, collabs would be cool.
Justin said guests. I don't know in what context he means.
Like maybe guests like that are not just my replacement when I'm gone. Maybe like have someone else on board.
We could.
That would be cool. Also, you know, engage in more conversation. We could be the host of guests.
Maybe.
I'm trying to think. I had something else in mind. Oh, maybe like predictions. That would be pretty cool. I know we do predictions like with like the Smackdown chat on Twitter. I know Bama runs those. Mm-hmm. Like doing our own little predictions. We did slightly do those when we said like, you know, for example, when I predicted like Naomi would get eliminated by Sonia and shit like that. Small things like that. Okay. But, like, if possible, this is probably the hardest one, but like live reactions would be pretty cool. Except here's the thing. I feel like when the camera's on me, I will not react to shit, and I'll just be watching, or maybe the opposite, I don't know, but like, I feel like the same, like I said, hysterical laughing I got from Seth Rollins when I was watching like by myself when he came out in the Shield gear, I'm worried might not happen when there's a camera on me, and I'm afraid I might just be watching, and that's fucking boring. Like, if you want to just watch people watching, like, no one wants to do that.
I mean, live reactions would be cool. It would just be difficult to do.
It'd be difficult because first of all, making sure that both our screens to watch is like in sync.
That and copyright stuff and uploading stuff is
exactly
a pain.
Bitch.
So I mean, I like the idea though. Off the top of my head, I know it's gonna be very fucking difficult to do if we do it, but I like that idea.
No, yeah, I get you.
I'm not shutting it down in any way, shape, or form.
I sent you a bunch of bullet points when we first were about to start the show, so maybe anything from
God, I don't even. I'd have to.
Let's
say pull it up. I don't even remember what all was on there.
I know. I don't think I remember either. I have a lot of shit from Google Docs though. So.
I was gonna say, I feel like if you just go on our, did you send it? You sent it to me on Instagram. I'm assuming.
Oh look, here we go.
Perfect.
Okay, let's see.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, we already did introductions because we fucking do that already.
That's us.
We do news and updates, technically news and rumors.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
We do that.
Wrestling lineups, weekly shows, pay-per-views, and any matches that may have been added or changed. So I guess for example, let's say, how we talked about, like, Becky and Lita are going to be in the Elimination Chamber, shit like that. We kind of sprinkle those in here and there.
Yeah.
The BTE things, I think that is more for me at this point, because I know I wanted that, if we're being totally honest.
Hey, you're allowed to have something on this show, too. That's fine.
Those fuckers aren't doing much anymore. Like, again, a lot of travel vlogs, but, like, the most that they're doing that's in continuity with Dynamite is Adam Cole and Silver and Reynolds, and even then, that's not much on Dynamite. That's just like something that could lead up to it that I'm just holding on to. Top 5 and / top 10 lists. Top 5 AEW debuts, most shocking WWE releases, etc. Those are just examples. The watch-alongs, like I said, interviews, but you do those on Inside the Mind of and in the crowd, so that's already something that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I already said predictions.
Yep.
We do question of the day or / week.
We do, yes.
Maybe like Q&As where like we just do like an episode of just Q&As, just a Q&A.
Okay.
I'm not saying I would want this, but I'm just basically reading what I put on the.
No, yeah, seriously. I mean, I don't like you sent this to me back. Oh my god, in June when we started or before we started.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I like Getcho said guests, so collabs with other podcasts on here, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, collabs for sure.
Giveaways or contests, I feel like could also bring more people in, but that was just a little harder because, you know, you've got to invest a little bit in that.
That I would need incentives, as in merch, maybe.
Yeah, I get you.
If we have...
Or, like, even then, like, we could just say, oh, the prize for this is, you know, like, oh, this Hangman Adam Page figure, you know?
I mean, I could always do, if we were to do, like, a giveaway or something, I could always do, because we support What a Maneuver, that's where I got this, I could do, like, tell me a person, or pick a shirt or something off What a Maneuver, and I will get it for you, kind of thing. Because, like, some people do, like, gift cards. I don't know if What a Maneuver does gift cards, but, like, it would be that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I could do that.
Or even, like, a Pro Wrestling Tees gift card. You do e-gift cards. Those are so easy.
I know, I get them every once in a while. So giveaway.
And then, the big one, which is something that is happening, is the New Japan Takeover.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing it now. Episode 1's officially out on the internet for the world to see.
Yeah.
Good luck, because again, I didn't go back and watch it. If I'm being totally honest.
Justin from Getcho did comment on the video. He said he was very happy that there is New Japan content out there. It seems people seem to like it so far. So
he DM'd me on Instagram, which really made my day. Because again, I didn't go back to watch. I'm like, I'm not gonna go back and watch myself. Okay, I'm just not okay. Or else I'm gonna be like, Katie, take it down.
I wouldn't. You don't have access to the YouTube. I'm not taking shit
I know I don't. I know I don't. But yeah, and like I was planning on doing it with a friend, but plans kind of fell through because we're both. It was my friend Daniel. He first plays from fucking Ireland, so just the time difference alone makes it already hard. But we're both in college, and we both got our own things going on, so it was hard. And like as I probably should have expected, plans fell through, so I just did it by myself, which was fine, obviously, because it's out now. But I would want to try and do it with, you know, someone. I would want to try it. If I have to go solo, then fine.
Honestly, hear me out. Hit up Justin from Getcho. Hit up Warren Hayes.
I might just have to.
Warren is a huge New Japan fan. He loves Joshi Wrestling. The one time he was in the chat when we went after Dynamite, he was so happy you were talking about New Japan. Honestly, you can always DM him. Just be like, hey, I was wondering, like, if you wanted to maybe talk about New Japan for the show I'm doing, and explain it, ask him what his schedule is. And if the worst thing he can say is no. And same thing with Justin. Yeah. That's all you gotta do is just...
And then also, like, I said it in the first episode, like, if anyone is interested and would like to come on and talk some New Japan, just DM me, hit me up, and we'll make it happen. Because again, I think it's better to engage for me at least in conversation. I feel like it's better to talk to someone about it.
And also, you did put that out there that like if you wanted people to reach out, but also you can reach out.
Exactly. So for episode 1 is officially out. It's about Wrestle Kingdom. I'm trying to think what episode 2 is going to be about. I think the New Japan Cup comes before Dontaku in May. I could be wrong. But
Justin said he knows 2 Asians that love New Japan Pro Wrestling, so
there you go.
Literally hit him up. I know Justin's schedule's weird, but you guys can figure it out.
I was gonna say, I could figure out with someone from fucking Ireland. I could figure something out with Justin.
True.
But I would still love to have Daniel on because Daniel's the one I talk to.
I mean, you could literally have a different person each week. You could or every episode you could have someone.
Daniel, I will always give Daniel flowers for this because fuck, Daniel is literally the only Jay White fan I know who could take what I say as a fucking joke. Like, I'll say, I didn't like him, or, oh, he didn't deserve this, and he'll think that's fucking hilarious. And he talks shit about me about Tanahashi, but you don't see me bitching and complaining about it. Like, no. So he's the only cool Jay White fan that I know, except Kyle from Abram Bup. I think he likes the Switchblade, too. But Daniel's, like, my friend. He's my bestie, so... Of course, I want him on. Because, I could talk shit about Jay, and he won't be all up the ass about it. It's so relieving, honestly, to find someone who just takes it as a joke or not take it too seriously, like the way it's supposed to be. But, yeah.
True. Anything you want from me?
I don't know, honestly. Like, from you, specifically, I don't know, Katie. I feel like you've already done a lot for me. Like, I feel like there's just more than I could ever ask for. Just, first of all, being on a show, you know, having my own show, you know, I feel like, what more could I ask for? And even then, like, this isn't, like, rhetorical, like, I can't think of anything. Like, what more could I ask for? Like,
Okay.
But, like, if I think of something, maybe I'll just bring it up. Not like, I want this, or I demand this. Like, I'll just say, like, hey, you know, just a suggestion. But as far as I could, like, right now, I just can't think of anything. Because, again, you've done so much for me. Even, like, not even, like, outside of the podcasting world, if you will. Like, I'm not gonna cry. But you've helped me out. Like, Katie's the one I can go to. Like, she's the one I go to when I need someone to talk to. It's always Katie. And she's always there. I usually ask, like, hey, are you busy? Or, like, are you awake? Because normally this shit happens late at night. But, she mostly, yes, because sometimes she's either asleep, which fair enough, everyone gotta fucking sleep. But, like, most of the time she's always there for me. So, even outside of this, she's helped me a lot. And then, like, even for, like, my birthday, she gets me stuff for my birthday. I'm like, you don't fucking have to. And she's like, I know I don't. And I'm like, Katie. I'm like, Katie, why? But yeah, so she got me my little Drew. He's on my bed, so I can't get him. But she got me a little Drew for my birthday last year.
I did.
She got me a Fleetwood Mac shirt, which I freaking love. I wore it on Easter, and I was like, and my mom's like, you have a. She's like, that's an awesome shirt. I'm like, thanks. Like, my friend got it for me.
No, you're a good kid. You're my friend. Obviously, I'm gonna do what I can to help. You're my co-host. There is no ShElite without you. Like, obviously. I like I said last week, I need to pimp you out. I need to get you on shows. I need to get you I need to get your name out there, because obviously I do as much as I can. I'm basically the fourth member of Smacking It Raw at this point. I've done Apron Bump, which I think that episode comes out next week. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. But, like, that episode's coming out. I, like, the Havoc Hour. Matt's back. I'm trying to be on as much as I can to get our name out there, and I gotta do the same for you. I gotta get you out there.
I'm, like, mid-March, and the summer is probably the best time for me.
Honestly,
so I'll be at school.
Listen, it's not hard. Working around people's schedules is a pain. Trust me. But if you have a good rapport with the person, or even if you just show a lot of interest in it, then it'll work out. It'll work out somehow.
Yeah.
Did I think I would be the new Porno Poppy on Smackin' Raw? No shot. I just happen to always be free Friday nights at, like, midnight, 1 a.m. Weird. Did I think I would do all of the horror movie things with Reek and Matt? No. I just happen to gain rapport with these people, with my friends, and then we just slowly branch out. I'm branching out. Matt is my official plug for podcasters for Inside the Mind of. Now, I have one set for Tuesday with Queen PR, so I'm finally doing one with her. Very excited. Nice. I'll talk about that more when we're, like, wrapping up, but we just have to get you out there. We gotta get you on Twitter more, because that's where most people do their communications. Listen, if you can come on Twitter twice a week and interact with people, I will take that as a win.
Here's the thing, though. I don't like interacting with people unless it's, like, you're replying to, like, Kenny's tweet or Hangman's tweet. That's literally, like, listen. I literally go on Twitter for 3 reasons. I check the Bucks bio, I go to Kenny's Twitter, whatever he tweets, and reply to it, and then same with Hangman. That is the 3 reasons why I'm on Twitter.
And you check the Zoom link.
Oh yeah, and the Zoom link. That's literally it.
She's at her
But even
line.
then, at this point, like, I just have to press, like, if I go to my search bar on my laptop, I press T and I press enter and I'm already in your chat. So I don't have to go on Twitter. I'm literally just going straight to your DMs at this point.
Well, listen. Twice a week, interact with people you know. Start like that. If you see anything from Kenny, from Kyle, from Smackdown, from Matt, from Reek, Getcho, whoever.
I'm just gonna put LOL under one of your tweets. No matter what.
That's fine. I don't care. Don't interact with just me though. Come on.
I know.
You have
it's
a group. You have a group chat of people you can interact with.
Yeah, I don't even go on like the Smackdown chat. Like sometimes, like if I see shit that I find intriguing, I'm like, okay, let me just see what's up, and I'll just like I don't even respond. I just go check, see what's up.
But it's okay. I whatever. But sorry. God, it's terrible. Like I said, I gotta get you out there more. We gotta get our name out more. I already have plans to revamp in the crowd, which I'm already getting set up. Thank you, Matt, for the idea. Like, I am determined to make this a little empire. Because I have said it, this podcasting gives me a little bit of serotonin. Not a lot of things do anymore. This does.
It does take my mind off a lot of things.
Exactly. I like podcasting. I like the people I get to work with. Like you, Matt, Reek, Justin, Kyle, Kenny, all the people. Jesus. There's so many people off the top of my head. I like working with these people. I like talking to these people. I miss, as weird as this is going to sound, I miss the pandemic because nobody's working, so I could have Zoom chats all night with these people and just, like, forget about the outside world.
Yeah.
But I'm rambling. All I'm saying is we're getting our name out there more this year. I'm getting you on more shows. I'm going to be your fucking agent at this point. Matt's mine for Inside the Mind of. I'm yours in general. At this point. That's what I want this year from us.
I know you had mentioned, I think it was last week, or maybe it was the week before, you wanted me on Inside the Mind of.
Yes.
I don't know if that's still, like, I don't know when or if that's
still it's still gonna happen. Why would it not happen? And
I don't know. Maybe
when I
came to your senses.
Shut the fuck up. When I talk about the revamping in the crowd, I'm gonna have you on that too, but I'll get there in a second. It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad. But no, I'm still serious about having you on Inside the Mind of, because it's you said you went back and listened to Reeks. Like, you know how it's gonna be. It's chill like that. I don't make it bad. I make it very relaxed.
Yeah.
I promise you will be fine. We'll find a time to do that though.
Yeah.
We can make that like a March thing, so we got time. Anything else?
I guess a personal goal.
Yeah.
Not, like, personal goal, honestly.
Go for it.
Could maybe happen. Most likely not, but it's not possible. Impossible. It's not impossible. And even if it means, like, I gotta do it, like I can't just do it on my own and just put it on, like, let it go on the YouTube video. Like, if it's gotta be, like, in the crowd or, like, Inside the Mind of or something, and you have to be there too, I would low-key, not even low-key, I high-key want to interview Chris Jericho, okay? Because, like, this dude, like, he knows who I am, okay? Like, that's a flex or anything.
I know.
Like, this guy, I'm wearing his shirt right now. Like, like, you can only see the top part, but,
yeah.
He knows who I am, but it's something I've always wanted to do, okay? Like, even, like, since high school, I was like, I want to interview him, because, like, we would do this shit for, like, film and broadcasting, and I'm like, I would love to interview him, because I listen to his podcast, and he interviews people, and I'm like, I would want to interview him. I know he gets interviewed a lot, but, so it would be hard to try and think of something different that he's probably never, like, questions he's never even heard, but I would want to do it at some point.
Have you listened to the latest Inside the Mind of with Kenny?
No, I need to.
Listen to that, because Kenny's done interviews with, like, wrestlers before and people in the business. When you get to that section, listen to it, because it's intriguing to hear. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm going to make you listen, and people listening or watching need to go watch and listen to it as well. He explains kind of, like, what goes on during interviews like that. So I think you should listen to that. I'm not doubting your idea. I'm just saying that's a good thing to listen to to help you get in a certain mindset for it. I'm leaving it at that.
Yeah.
I'm leaving it at that. Yeah. Alright, this has been a longer episode than I intended, but anything else you want to add?
Just something that I already mentioned from, like, when I was listing, like, my long-ass list that I had sent you, that just, the New Japan Takeover is officially here. Episode 1 is officially up on the YouTube channel, so you should check it out.
And all the audios.
Yeah, and on the audios. You should check it out, but I sure as hell will not, because I do not like to listen back to myself. I will not. Something I refuse. So, please do it for me. That's all I ask.
There you go. And of course, where can the people find you, Savannah?
They can find me on Twitter if they catch me looking at the Bucks bio, or tweeting back at Kenny and Hangman, at White2Garcia with an underscore. Same thing for Instagram, where I am a lot more active. If there's no underscore, it is not me. It's happened, but the mistake has been made, so I do feel like it is absolutely necessary for me to say that.
There you go. And like she said, New Japan Takeover, the first episode, is out. It is up on the YouTube. And if you want to get to the YouTube, you can follow me on Twitter at KatieWrestling13. It is right there if you're watching the video. Linktree in my bio to take you to all things ShElite Showcase. Twitch.tv/ShElite Showcase. Typically Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Most of the time, if we switch it, I tweet it. Just gotta keep up. Like she was saying, the audio, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts is where you can listen to the New Japan Takeover, as well as ShElite Showcase. I have a new episode of Inside the Mind of with Kenny from A Kenny for Your Thoughts. What a guy. It was fantastic. Kenny is starting to get the itch to podcast again, so I'm happy I got to be the one to bring that back for him. Check it out. It's a great conversation. I briefly mentioned it. In the Crowd is getting a revamp, so it's basically going to be like conversations with different podcasts. So it's also going to be like a newlywed type game, where it's going to be like a know your co-host. Matt Ritter gave me the idea to do this, and so I hit up Young Kings Wrestling, and they're going to be the first ones to do it. And the questions are going to be specific for each podcast. But and Matt brought up the idea of me and you doing it, and like him being the host or something. So it'd be fun like that.
That would be cool. I'm like, would he come up? Obviously, he would come up with the questions,
Yeah, he would. Because I don't want to know them. Like, he'll tell us them, and like, because if people haven't seen the Newlywed Game, and like, I'll explain this once I do the show. You ask each person questions, so it would be like, so if someone was asking me, they would be like, what is your favorite color? And I'd be like, blue. And then vice versa. So like, Savannah would be asked, what is your favorite color? Purple, green. Purple? Blue. No, you like blue. Blue. Yeah. I like looked at the screen for a second and I was like, oh wait, I put you on the blue side. It's blue. So then when we got to the game, I would be asked, what is Savannah's favorite color? And he already would have the answers that you said.
Oh.
Yeah, so it would be like a how well do we know each other kind of thing. Ooh, so like I said, the question...
I feel like I should know, but I feel like I'm going to fail.
No, it's okay. I have... The questions I have for Reek and TC are very funny, so I can't wait to see that happen.
Dude, I would want to do that with us.
Yeah, so me and you will do it. Any podcast that has like 2 or more people, let me know. We can figure it out. But I have that planned. We got a lot going on. I've rambled so much in this episode. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Whew. Man, this COVID cough is terrible. I don't know how many times I can say that in a podcast too. But COVID cough. COVID breathing. Thank you guys so much for watching. We greatly appreciate it. Or, I'm sorry, watching and listening, because I know some people listen. Yeah. We'll be back next week with another ShElite. Until then, bye-bye.